I know you guys have been waiting a long time for this. Past couple weeks, people have been asking me for a tier list and comp list. I didn't want to half-ass it, so I needed more time to experiment, and I finally put together for you guys the set 7 PB dragon. So these dragon are graded based on the cost efficiency, flexibility, and utility. So even if like 10 cost dragon is as strong as an 8 cost dragon, I would have to grade the 8 cost dragon higher because it's cheaper and easier to hit, right? And before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Ramblin for letting me use his format as to make my own tier list, and I could have done it without him. So if you guys want to check him out, it's twitch.tv/Ramblin. So yeah, let's get started. So in S tier, we have Sy'fen. If you guys have been playing PvE the past couple days, you know this champion, stabilized at 1-star, flexible with item, strong mid game, good CC, insane damage, doesn't need armor shred, so you basically have a free item slot. And he's a decent frontline from drain tanking, which is like when he does damage, he heals basically to half health or full, right? And he's only weak versus CC, such as like Aurelian Soul's Dazzler effect, which reduce AD, Sona, like other CC, you know it. And he's really easy to build around. And then I have a couple comps for you guys to test it out. But like next up, we have Aso. He's good with AP item. He's the best unit in the game with Mage Cap. He's good with the AD comp and clumps. He's low mana. He also has an infinite scaling ability, always strong at 1-star. But his only weakness is that he's squishy and expensive and hard to 2-star. So you see, like, Aso is in the same tier as Sy'fen. Even though Aso is stronger, Sy'fen is an A cost, so I think he belongs there. And in A tier, we have Deja, who is good with almost all offensive items. It's basically KO from set 4. It's very high cap with certain mirage duration like Spellblade or Duelist. It's a very high single target DPS. Deja is like low-key squishy, but as long as you have a lot of frontline, Deja can scale and basically wipe your entire board. And next to Deja, we have Shioyu. He's flexible with all items except AP. He's good frontline, he's good DPS, he's good CC, and he also has CC immunity when he casts. But his only weakness is that he's a single target DPS. He's weak with his backline because he can't get there. Usually, it takes a while. And he is not strong at the moment. I would say it would be S tier also. Then we have Shyvana, flexible with all items, insane attack for a frontline, shapeshifter, rage wing. Also have like the best CC in the game, which is basically Galio ult from last set. Her only downside is that she's expensive and hard to 2-star. She's not as strong at 1-star, and unfortunately rage wing's not in a good spot because the nerf to the unit and the augment Scorch. If you guys have played the game, you know like Scorch is insanely OP. They had to nerf that. But like meanwhile, like while they were nerfing that, they had to nerf the rage wing unit also. So the comp right now is just not very good. And another downside is that she only casts 1 CC the entire fight. But other than that, she's a pretty solid frontline. Like very low downside. Then we have Ida's best tank in the game. DPS plus shield buff for a team, which give attack speed while the shield hold. A free full item with shimmer scale. But the only downside is 0 damage, 0 CC, and it fall off late game because, you know, 0 damage, 0 CC. Idas would be higher in the tier list, but I feel like for an 8 cost frontline, he does what he's supposed to do. And I feel like he's probably like the most balanced dragon because, you know, 8 cost is supposed to fall off. He's not on the same strength as Sy'fen and Aso, so I don't think he belongs in the S tier. So we'll just put up an A tier for now. And then you guys are gonna be surprised at like why did I put out shit in B tier. This dragon used to be the best, the very best, stand on top, like S+, no comparison, no rival. But this patch, they did him dirty, they raised his mana, they also nerfed like they also nerfed Dragonmancer, which is harder for you to play mid game into him. But let's talk about his positive. He's very high single target DPS. He mana drain on ult. He also get free Tempest. But then again, they are out 200 mana. That's 20 auto attack for him to cast. And he's only playable with Shojin or Gunsue. And then he also have a cast time when ability goes off. So like while he's casting, he can't drain mana. And it takes time for him to do all 20 blasts. He's also squishy, and he's also not stabilized at 1-star. So like you have to build a sustain item if you want him to like cast more than one, pretty much. He's also expensive and hard to 2-star. So yeah, I had to put him in B tier because he's hardly playable. But yeah, let's continue. So here are the comp list for the 10 cost and 8 cost. You guys will see more details later on. But basically, I'm only gonna make 10 cost and 8 cost comp for now. The non-dragon and full fun comp will come later because those comp are more complicated and I want to give you guys the best version possible. Alright, let's start. So there's Ramblin' Graph item legend, so you guys can see like BB equal blue buff, etc. But yeah. And Mirage variant, thank you again, Ramblin', for putting this up. So it helps a lot for the newbies who never play the game. And is this also his legendary champions itemization list? You guys can use this if you want, but I just included this in here because I thought it would help you guys. And yeah. Alright, so let's get started. Sy'fen Shifter Sins. It's the first comp that used Sy'fen as the main carry. And the reason why you're using Shifter Sin is because Shifter gives you decent amount of frontline, right? And the Sin can help with problems in the back. Like let's say you have a carry Sy'fen can't touch. Pike can help with that. And Shyvana can also help delaying their CC on your Sy'fen by stunning them, pretty much. Not stunning them, but like disarming them, which is essentially the same thing if they don't take damage. And yeah, this comp is very easy to play. Just build IE/BT on Sy'fen, and then boom, any third item is fine. Just go into the game, pray that you hit a Sy'fen too, and then yeah, you can pretty much out 4 because this champ's broken. And augment, you want Drill of the Hunt, Celestial Blessing, Best Friend, Makeshift Armor, Cyber, or Big Friend. The reason why you want Big Friend is because a lot of these units are above 2k HP, right? You get like DR for free, pretty much. And Drill is really good because Sy'fen doesn't heal to full through healing reduction, but Drill of the Hunt allows you to heal for like a massive amount. And then boom, I have an even easier version of Sy'fen that you guys can force. It's called 8 hours into Sy'fen autopilot. You're so tired, you play Sy'fen for like the last 8 hours. Can't think anymore, just buy Bruiser, bro. And then you can just play Sy'fen into your top 4, and then come back like 8 hours later after you wake up from your 16-hour TFT. Game like what? 10 OP per game for 8 hours. You can probably play like 20. And yeah, just cash out your free LP while you're tired with this simple comp. Augment are pretty much the same. Just one more game. Yep, just queue up one more. You're almost there. Having 10 LP at a time. Alright, the third version. So the third version is like you use Sy'fen as a frontline, a drain tank frontline that also comes with armor and MR pen. The reason why you use Sy'fen is because he's cheaper than Shyvana, easier to 2-star, and also offer a lot of DPS as a tank, you know? And yeah, this is basically a budget Shyvana until you hit Shyvana. So, Sy'fen item you want BT, IE to Gargoyle, and side item is pretty much this: Gwynsuit, DB, IE, Hodge, Whisper Emblem. If you can hit Whisper Emblem, it's pretty much a guarantee first. Hurricane, BT, or QSS. And that's for the augments. The best augment you could hit is probably Press Attack, but then you can also hit like Drill of the Hunt, Celestial, Weak Spot, Best Friend, Makeshift, Cyber. Whatever help your board survives. Because Saya scales infinite, so just help to wait till she scales and then she will kill everything. You can also replace Ashe and Twitch with late game units like Bar, Hecker, and Pike if you want. There's also Shyvana Shifter Swiftshot, which also used pretty much this is pretty much like the late game version of the previous comp. I used Shyvana instead of Sy'fen and Nico as duo frontline. You can see like we took out the other Swiftshot because you don't need the other Swiftshot in this variation. The reason why this version is so strong is because Nico and Shyvana with 4 shifter gets like 4,000 or 6,000 health, and it's basically unkillable. So yeah, if you can reach this spot, I can pretty much guarantee you that not a lot of board can beat this. So yeah, I like to give you guys like super cap endgame board, even though it's hard to achieve. Because I want you guys to feel rewarded for, you know, hitting endgame and cash out your first place. So even though this seems hard to hit at first, with a lot of practice, you can eventually hit this more and more consistently. As for augment, you want Scorch and Tantrum, which is really good for Saya and Shyvana. And Best Friend is also really good because it makes your frontline tankier, it gives you backline attack speed, and Shyvana can really use that attack speed also. Throw up the Hunt, let them sustain longer, and Celestial Blessing, same thing. Second one's also really good because your frontline taking a lot of burst damage the first 10 seconds, so they will heal up a lot. Weak Spot, Cyber also help, but yeah, you mainly want tank item on Shyvana and Nico, and offensive item on Yasuo and Saya. That card is called -20, which also use Nico and Shyvana. The reason why it is called -20 is because when you play this comp, the enemy is not killing a single unit. If they kill your Shyvana and Nico, that would be pretty impressive. But this comp CCs them so hard that I doubt they can do anything. If you're facing them, they're taking a -20, stage 6. And Best in Slot again, just tank item for Shyvana and Nico. Now augment, you want Best Friend, Second Wind, Cybernetic Uplink, Blueberry, Better Together. Meditation also work. And if you hit a Mage Bat for Sona, oh my god, dude. You're gonna tote some people. Alright, this comp is called Animal Planet. As you can see, because there's a bunch of animals in Zoe. So with this comp, the star of this comp is Shioyu with IEBT and Titans. With the support units, Lulu, Nami, Zoe, pretty much just help Shioyu, like heal for Shioyu. And he will basically one-shot any frontline with his true damage. Not one-shot, but you know, one combo. And this comp, you basically keep your Nico alive, your Shioyu alive. That's why you want Eternal Protection Augment. First Aid Kit, Cyber, and Ascension. Because the longer you live, the stronger you get, basically. And yeah, I think it's a pretty solid and fun comp. You guys should try this out whenever you get like a Heimerdinger start. You can use your Sana as an item holder for Shioyu item. And if you can get to this spot, oh my god, it's so satisfying to see Shioyu just one-tap the front line into one-tapping the backline. Next comp, we have Night Jades, which look almost exactly the same, right? But except Zoe, you're too lazy to play all those legendary units. You don't want to think. It's so hard on your brain. You're tired. You got home from work, or like got home from school, and you just want to play some relaxing TFT and you just want to buy some green units. Boom, 9 Jades. You buy all the Jade units and you fast 9. You basically just don't have to think. And you take all the 80 item and all the tank item. Tank item goes on Nico, 80 item go on Shioyu and Yasuo. And yeah, this comp can easily top 4 if you hit Shioyu too early. And can easily like top 2 a game if the lobby know how to play the game. Yeah. But it usually won't win very often, but it's actually not a bad comp. Even though it looks pretty bad. But yeah. So yeah, the best in slot, BTI Titans. And you definitely want Ascension in this comp. Because, dude, Yasuo would do so much damage with Ascension. And when you hit a J-Spat, you can even buff the Yasuo even harder by playing a Yone, or even like a Bard or an Anivia. Then here comes 6 Dragonmancer Lee Sin Fast 9. My special. You've been watching my stream when I started playing PvE. I invented this comp and it got nerfed super hard. So I wouldn't recommend playing it right now. But this comp revolves around Lee Sin. So you want Radiant, not Radiant, you want Redemption, Gargoyle, and then plus any third item. It can be Spark, it can be Archangel, it can be Sunfire. And you Dragonmancer the Lee Sin in this comp, and you just have to survive until you hit Yasuo, because this comp don't have that much damage. So you can't hit Yasuo or Aoshin. You're pretty much gonna beat out the entire stage 5, stage 6. But it's super strong mid game comp. You can roll down level 7 to Lee Sin 2 to stabilize. And your board is pretty much gonna be upgraded. Your early item holder can be Ezreal, and the augment you want the most is Eye of the Storm, which gives Lee Sin 120 AP after Tempest proc. And oh my god, this Lee about to one shot like the entire board when that hits. Second Wind's also good because it keeps Lee Sin and Nico alive. Throw up the Hunt's good. Celestial Blessing, Cyber. Pretty much these augments just to keep your team alive. But yeah, if you get a chance to play this comp, Uh, it's really fun. You'll be addicted for sure. Fast 9 out Shin. It's basically just play like if you have like a really high roll game and you get to level 9 really fast and you just happen to hit Aoshin and Yasuo and you don't know how to build your board and you just happen to have like a Shen. It doesn't even have to be a Shen. This Shen can be any unit from mine. It could be Nico, like this Shen and Braum could be like just Nico and then Hecarim or whatever. But this comp is revolving around Aoshin. Because you need to carry Aoshin in this comp with Shojin and Archangel. You could carry Aso, but you know, why make your life easier when you can make your life harder by playing Aoshin? So, his best inside, Shojin, Archangel, and BT. Reason why you want BT is because while he's casting, you don't want him to die. So, a shield would help a lot as he heals up. And Decap Gunblade of Guinsu also works. Our item on Lulu are optional, like Chalice or Zeke's or whatever. You want tank item on Shen or Braum if you have them, but like it doesn't matter if you have them or not, you can use any from mine. Nico works, Hecarim works. Augment you want is Stir Up the Hunt, Celestial Blessing, again, keep Aoshin alive, because this unit is so high maintenance. It's crazy. You want Cybernetic Uplink, Target Dummy, Makeshift Armor, or Meditation to help your other unit cast like Sona, Lulu, Bard. And it's a pretty solid, really easy to first place comp if you can hit them. It's also Fast 9 Aso, the real dragon, the S tier, best dragon in the game right now. So this comp, you use Lulu and Heimerdinger from early game. You want the Gnamsi because it's very important in frontline. It also gives you free anti-heal. You realize I'm not building Sunfire or like Borlone. It's because of Nyamsi. And basically this comp revolves around you finding a stabilized mid-game tank like Nico. And you can use your, before you hit ASO, you can use Rise to carry your items. And yeah, I think it's pretty solid. This is gonna be one of the highest win rate comp in the game right now. Because ASO is just so broken. You want Shojin, Archangel, Gunblade on him, Decap, BT, GS, Hodge. I mean, honestly, any AP item work. Aura item on Lulu is optional, but it's really, really good. Because you're also buffing Zoe. Tank item on Nico. And also there's a fast 8/9 comp, so don't force this when you're in a bad spot. Because you're just gonna pray at like 30 HP to hit an ASO while to stabilize your board. I don't know what to tell you, bro. You probably get away with it this patch, but like when he get nerfed, you're going Fasting. So for the augment, you want Drill the Hunt, Celestial Blessing, Cybernetic Uplink, Target Dummy, again, to keep your team comp alive. Or let them cast faster. And yeah, this is a really strong comp, highly recommend. There's also Deja 1v9 for all those KO enjoyers. If you play KO instead 4, Deja is pretty much the same thing. You want Rageblade, RFC, QSS. Archangel is also really good because you have really good AP scaling. Gunblade is fine, Hodge is fine. You can also go 80 Deja, which use Deadblade, Runans, Gunsu, or Deadblade, Runans, IEJG. It's really bad versus Sin because, you know, Deja is a backline after all, right? So it's pretty squishy even though you get the Dragon bonus. So if you're versing Sin, you probably have to clump the team up. And you want to tag it up on Nunu or Shen. You can flex the 6 Mirage if you do variation with Yasuo and Yone. So the only time when 6 Mirage is really important is Spellblade and Duelist. But like if it's like Dawnbringer, Pirate, or Electric, you don't really have to switch to 6 Mirage. It's irrelevant. That's why this version works with most Mirage. The augment you want to Drill Up the Hunt, Celestial Blessing, Cyber, Target Dummy, Makeshift Armor, Hallucinate. Hallucinate is really good. This actually beats Sins. And Second Wind or Ascension. Ascension is also really, really good. That's Deja getting 5.0 attack speed with Ascension just wipes out the entire ward. Would highly recommend you take Ascension whenever you're trying to play Deja. And we have last comp, which is Corki Revels. I had to use this from Ramblin's comp list because I couldn't make a better one. Because this legit the best way you can play Corki Rebel. So shout out again to Ramblin. For Corki, you want Deadblade and IE plus the mana item or like any other item. Not important, right? I would recommend Shojin because with Zeke's, he will cast faster, and in case you hit best friend, right, Shojin value is just off the roof compared to blue buff. Because you also get an AD from it. You want an aura item on Lulu, tag item on Idas, AP item on Sona. So your front line are pretty much flexible with between Idas, Orm, Braum, Hecarim, Nico, Tahm Kench, right? Not important. But mainly you want to stack the Corki. Because he is, like, even after all the nerf, he is still broken. And as for augments, you want party favors, ricochet, party time, meditation, weak spot, better together, blueberry. These are really good, all really good for Corki because, you know, you get Zeke's from Lulu, so really want better together. A lock in the backline is really good for this type of meta where there's a lot of backline damage. And obviously, blueberry on all these units is really good because they all have very low mana cost. And for the bonus trait, like the heart, for example, you want Revel Heart, Cannoneer, Guardian, Evoker, or Mystic. And you can manage to hit Rebel Spat Nivea, boom, automatic fast 9. Because that is too broken. But yeah, that's pretty much the tier list. I will be updating this tier list every patch, hopefully. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.